Hi everyone, Joe here again with what I think will be a pretty interesting vinyl video. I'm going to show you one item today, and it's not a rare record, and it's not an unusual record, and even so I think you're going to be really entertained by this. And it's not the record itself, it's the story behind it. So I got a lot of cool stuff today, but just one video, or one item for this video, and here's what it is. Those of you who have been watching my videos since the beginning may remember that years ago I had a vinyl collection, what I call my collection 1.0, that was destroyed when my hot water heater burst and ruined all the LPs I had in milk crates on my bedroom floor, and I had to throw them all out. So over the course of the last few months, when I see albums from my old collection that I remember liking, I pick them up again. And so today I happen to be out and about, and lo and behold, I come across one of the albums I've been looking for, and it's not anything special in and of itself. Jesus Christ Superstar, and no, I did not pay $9.98. I paid $2 for this. Osco, which I guess was a chain store or something. So anyway, cool. So I didn't investigate this too closely. I just remember I really liked this album years ago, and I just kind of opened it up and I took a look. Does the vinyl look okay? Yes, all right, great. Picked it up, went on my way. And then a little later in the day, I was thinking, oh, my old copy of this album had a booklet in it with all the lyrics. And I just wonder if this copy, too, happens to have the booklet. So I picked the album up again. Really good album. I really like this album. I loved it years ago. And so I'm looking and I say, is the booklet in here? And it doesn't appear to be, but I see that something is in here. So I pull it out. This is a 1970 album, maybe 69, but I think it's 70. I pull it out, and what is this? Oh, look, it's someone's report on Jesus Christ Superstar for school. And look, this is written by K. Colson, and that's October 10th, 1972. And you can see the paper is kind of a little bit yellow, a little bit brittle, and the paper clip is all rusted and nasty. So I thought, oh, kind of neat, let me see. So I'm reading through this, and I'll just read just a little bit here. Someone's school report. I went to see Jesus Christ Superstar recently, and so I'd like to share the opera with you. I'd like you to listen to all 4 sides for my project. I am going to include the program to follow along. The opera is about the last weeks of Christ's life. I have written this in a diary-type form. It starts out on Friday night, and then she proceeds for 3 pages to summarize, song by song, the entire Jesus Christ Superstar album. And it ends here on the last page, the last song being Jesus dying on the cross here. During the crucifixion, there is no gay music. And I think she means gay in the happy sense of the word, not in the homosexual sense of the word. There is no gay music, no shouting, no apostles, no kings, and no Judas, just the sounds of death. And then there is music for John 18:41. It stands for the following. Now in the place where he was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb where no one had ever been laid. So because of the Jewish day of preparation, as the tomb was closed at hand, they laid Jesus there. And I just thought that was kind of a neat thing to find inside of an album. I was born in 73, so this essay has been on this planet longer, 6 months longer, roughly, than I have. And, that's one of the things when people say, why do you want to collect records? Why do you want vinyl? Doesn't they sound terrible? Aren't they scratch? Look, buddy, they are tangible products. This is the same lady's name, Kay Carlson. And, it's neat. But look, I also looked a little further, and it said here on the letter, I went to see Jesus Christ Superstar recently, and she talks about, and she's going to include the program. So I mean, what is she talking about? She went to see it. The movie didn't come out until later. Oh, look. She went to see a theatrical presentation on stage. And here is the cast list for who is performing on the LP. and we compare it with this run from September 5th through September 17th at Mill Run Theater. That's 1972. And you compare, I don't know how to do this on the screen here, you can see the cast of the record compared with the cast on stage, and they're, I think, all but one are the same. So she got to see this live on stage in 1972 with the cast from the record, which is pretty cool. And the thing that really stoked me, though, was here on this playbill from 1972, there's an ad here for what's coming up next at this theater, the Marquee. And October 3rd through October 15th, 72, you can see Liberace is coming. But the one that really floored me, September 26th through October 1st, you can see Woody Allen with his special opening act, Jim Croce. Yeah, Jim Croce died in early 73, so here, if you wanted to see him 4 to 6 months before he died, here was your chance at the Marquee. And this is in Niles, Illinois, is where this show was seen on Milwaukee Road. And so if she saw the show in Illinois, I would assume she probably lived in Illinois. Maybe not, but I would assume so. I live in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and I found this record today at a local sale. So I find myself wondering about the history of this record. You know, how many hands has it been in before I got it? How many people have owned it between is it Carson or Carlson? Where's the letter? Carlson. Okay. How many people between K. Carlson and Joe X have owned this album? I don't know. And assuming that she was in high school when she wrote this, maybe college, but let's say high school. She maybe have been 17, 18 when she wrote this. It's now 43 years after that. So she is arguably a senior citizen now, or, virtually. So, wow, what a sense of history and tangibility with this one record. And I don't know, I just got a kick out of that because I didn't know any of that was in there when I bought it. It wasn't until I actually left and was looking through it later. I just did a cursory check. Both albums are in there. The vinyl looks good. Okay. And even the vinyl, it doesn't look great. You pull the album out and look, it looks all right. It looks like it has had some wear. It has had some play to it. This was a loved album by someone. You can tell that it's not pristine. It has had some use. It's got some wear. It's got some light surface marks, but nothing that will prevent it from playing. So that was a neat little treasure trove to find in an LP, only because I thought it would be fun to replace an album that got destroyed by flooding years ago. So I hope you enjoyed that. I have some other neat little finds that I'll show you in another video very soon, but that was a really special find for me. There's a sense of history to this album that most LPs I buy don't have. And, one of the things I see people talk about in their records is that they like seeing signs of previous owners. They like to see, if someone has written their name or someone has doodled a little something or written on the label. It's just, on the one hand, you wish it was pristine, but on the other hand, it gives it a sense of history that you can't get if you're used to music from Spotify or, internet streaming of some sort or MP3 iTunes downloading or anything like that. It's neat to own things that belong to other people. So I just wanted to share that video with you. It's a fine album, but the reason I shared it wasn't the album, it was the little story behind the album. So I hope it was as interesting to you as it was to me.